KSJE Saturday nights at 8 o'clock. Each week, we select a musical style and play 78s, 45s, and 33 RPM records. Some of our themes will include swing music, blues, heart-wrenching torch songs, early rock and roll, girl groups, soul, and R&B.
Wednesday morning here on KSJE, and it is time to check in with Dr. Mike Hattabaugh in the Encouragement Lab. That's where he is this morning for our weekly session. Good morning, Dr. Hattabaugh.
Good morning, Scott. How are you?
I am well, thank you. You survived the holidays last week, and all is good, sounds like.
Got some nice turkey in me.
Okay, well, very good. So this week you were talking about the culture wars and how to survive them.
Yeah,
okay.
Culture wars. So,
all right.
I think I know the answer to this, but are you an Xer? Gen Xer?
A Gen Xer? No, I'm not. I'm not a Gen Xer.
Are you a boomer?
I am on the very tail end of the boomer generation.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
you
me.
act like a Gen Xer, though. You seem to be a Gen Xer.
Hey, now, I have to look that up to see if I like that or not. But okay.
So what's funny is I'm in the same boat as you.
Okay.
Technically, I'm a boomer by 3 months.
All right. Okay.
But I am definitely culturally an Xer.
Okay.
All my friends are Xers. I remember in my 20s when I actually first moved to Farmington, I met some people that were just a couple years older than me, and I'm like, who are you, and why is it you're doing what you're doing? And that was kind of my giveaway to go, okay, I guess I'm an Xer. I married an Xer, and like I said, all my friends are Xers, and I think you're more of an Xer than a boomer. But you look it up and you'll decide. I don't know. I see a few Xers. You know those Christmas cookies and stuff you do. That's a boomer behavior.
Okay. Well, see, now you're going back on what you just said, so now I'm totally confused. But okay.
But here's the deal, though. That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah. Right.
Have you seen the fun meme lately? The millennials are finally fighting back against the boomers.
Right. Yes.
Because it's the boomers that have been criticizing the millennials.
That's right. That's right.
And the millennials now have a comeback. And have you seen the meme? It's called "Okay, Boomer."
Right. Right.
Right. And I love it. I just think it's great as an Xer. So then I saw there's a meme about Xers, which is a picture of the cast of The Breakfast Club.
Right.
The movie, which is the atypical Xer kind of movie, counterculture. We hate all you guys. And there's a picture of the Breakfast Club, and it says, "Hey, millennials and boomers, remember there's a generation in between you that doesn't like either one of you."
That's right. Yes, I've seen that one too.
Yeah, that is perfect.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's me. Like I said, I'm an Xer, not necessarily by birth. I'm technically a boomer, but I am not a boomer.
Right.
In any way, shape, or form. But the point here is that just because there's these great stereotypes of cultures, of generations, and they do tend to have some truth to them, it doesn't mean that you should judge every person in that generation as if they're the atypical boomer or Xer or millennial or Gen Zer. Zoomers is what they're called, which, by the way, I love the Zoomer generation. I think they're going to be amazing. But,
okay.
But by and large, that's just a thing that we need to realize. And that, to me, is about the culture wars, is we isolate ourselves by putting these labels on us, and that becomes a mistake if we assume that, because you are a boomer or because you are an Xer, that must mean you behave these certain ways. And that's just not true.
That's very true. Well, and that gets you in the whole conversation about stereotyping, right? Any group, right? You can get in trouble with that, can't you?
Very much so. And stereotyping, when you say that to people, has a negative connotation.
I see, right.
In the communication world in which you and I both live, stereotyping is a necessity. So it can be both good and bad from the context of that. Now, if you just define it as bad, I guess then it's bad. But I always, in my classes I teach, you had to stereotype to get to school today, because every time we get to a stop sign, guess what? We stereotype. We think, drivers stop at stop signs or stop lights.
Right.
We make that assumption, and sometimes it gets us hurt when someone doesn't, right?
True. That's true.
But that's the stereotype. But if we didn't drive that way under the assumption that people stop at red lights, then we never get anywhere.
Good point. That's true.
Or have you ever been to another country where that wasn't true, where people didn't stop at red lights or stop signs?
Right.
Then they adapt a whole different way of driving. So their assumption is nobody's stopping for anything.
That's true. That's true. Interesting. Okay. So when we are out and about and dealing with other boomers and other Gen Xers and millennials and things like that, how can we try to get along? Can we get along with everybody, Dr. Hattabaugh, or is it a lost cause?
We can try. I mean, again, I'm never going to like some of the cultural context of other generations because I live in my own and I have a view of the world that's based on, kind of the influences on me growing up that caused that. But like I said, the wrong stereotype is to say that therefore you're not valuable if you behave this way, or that you're going to only behave in a certain way. Yes, Gen Xers tend to behave a certain way. Millennials tend to behave in a certain way, but that is certainly not true of all of them. I would say a lot of times it's not even true of a majority of them, every single stereotype. But cumulatively, these are generalizations that tend to be true. But to me, that's handling the culture wars better, is by saying, just because you see somebody with a label. I mean, that's what racism's all about. Is this crazy idea that, oh, you're a certain color, therefore you must have certain characteristics or beliefs or thoughts or whatever it is you apply to that must be true, when we've all had experiences where they're not. And that's been the problem to me of our move to be a tribalistic kind of culture. And I think that's kind of running out. It's kind of run its term, and I'm beginning to see signs of that we want to interact more with people that are not like us. And that's a great thing.
Sure. Well, it goes back to the old melting pot, I guess, right?
It ultimately does, doesn't it?
Years ago, yeah.
And ultimately, it's our experiences of pain that bring us together.
That's true. Very true. Well, Dr. Hattabaugh, thank you so much. Good things to consider this week. So thank you very much. We'll talk to you again next Wednesday.
All right. See you then.
All right. We will see you. That is Dr. Mike Hattabaugh. He is my guest every Wednesday from the Encouragement Lab right here on KSJE Farmington. Weather forecast. Looking at partly cloudy skies in Farmington today with some widely scattered rain and snow showers. The high today, 45 in Farmington. 38 overnight with more snow showers. And then again, tomorrow, partly cloudy skies. Scattered rain and snow showers in the forecast for Thursday with a high of 46 and a low of 26. Partly sunny skies return on Friday with a high of 47, a low of 26, and then partly cloudy on Sunday with a high of 50 degrees before another chance of scattered rain and snow showers in the forecast Sunday night on into Monday. Before we leave you here, another look at our visual radio location today, which takes us to New York City and the skating rink at Bryant Park in the middle of Manhattan Island, as the folks are out enjoying some winter skating, I should say, on a Wednesday morning. It is 37 degrees in New York City right now. Mostly cloudy day in their forecast with a high today of 43 and the low where it is right now at 37 degrees. I'm Scott Nicklin. Thanks so much for joining us this morning, everyone. Have a great Wednesday. I'll be talking with you tomorrow morning again right here on KSJE Farmington, New Mexico.
Hey everyone, it's your host for the World Beat Show, Scott Duran, and I want you to join me every Saturday at 11 a.m., where I take you on a journey around the world and show you traditional and modern style world beat music. Music from Africa, Spain, France, Japan, China, heck, even songs and artists from the United States itself. So join me every Saturday at 11 a.m. only